Ty Root.
Chris Waters.
Please have a seat here, my friend.
How you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm feeling
good?
I'm feeling full of love. I am feeling so good. I am feeling just embraced, and I hope we can make you feel the same way. Because
I thought about ending the show right there. I was like, why am I even coming on? This is silly.
No, because I think when we looking back at times we've spent and times we've had and stuff we've made is obviously really wonderful. But this is also a place that looks forward a lot. And it's something that I, over the course of many years here and working with many different people, looking forward can be as invigorating and as exciting as looking back. So we're going to do that in a second. But first, Ty, I want to talk about your tenure here at GameSpot, because you came on just about 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
And you came into a pretty dynamic time here at GameSpot.
That's one way to.
Is that a good word choice?
Dynamic.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about how you came in and sort of really started to make an impact here on our video scene.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to go too into detail about the dynamicness of my arrival. But obviously it was a very, I think, tough time for everybody here. I think there were a lot of changes happening. I was scared shitless. I was coming into an environment where, I did not come from IGN directly, but I did come. I had worked there 6 years, and then I worked in dev for almost 2. And then coming back to games media, that was interesting, especially to my arch nemesis.
Oh yeah,
yes. But actually, no, it was scary. It was frightening. But when I came here, I think my goal was just to get to know everybody as well as I possibly could, and to establish, a production workflow and the types of videos that we produce that I think we're all proud of, and that we want to celebrate the medium, and really get people excited about games and focus on what I think people like to watch. And it was hard because I think we had to get the right people, right? And it was a slow process of, Mary was already here when I got here, but I think you were just a contractor, right? So
Yeah, technically you've worked here longer than me in the sense that I was here, but I wasn't full time.
Yeah.
So Ty was my best friend because Ty was going to get me hired. So Ty had an eye for people, and he was always fighting a lot of battles behind the scenes, a lot of things that none of us were never really meant to see or understand. Ty was always back there fighting somebody to get people hired, or to get the equipment that he wanted, or the leverage that he needed so that we could do our jobs. And he had to win every one of us over individually, because when he started, not a lot of people liked Ty.
No, that is very true. But again, I think it was just the time in which I came in. There were a lot of changes happening at GameSpot. And it's no secret that, our games media, the way that we are now is just, it's changing every day, every year. It's just something different happens. YouTube is such an insurmountable beast right now at this point. So a lot of it,
Facebook video is now is surging hugely, and Twitch has sprung up in immense popularity in the time that you've basically been here.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic landscape. It's shifting all the time, like you said, and so. I mean, do you have any sort of things that you sort of point to in your time here as sort of favorite memories, or times that you were like, yeah, we nailed that one, or man, it was fun doing that?
Well, I think a lot of it was learning a lot from the people that were already here before me, So talking to Dan Mahoric, talking to Ryan Mack, talking to those guys, and learning how, these guys have been here forever, right? So I really wanted to get an idea of who the team was that that was already here, that had been doing video at GameSpot for a decade, and then how to grow upon that, right? And so I learned a lot from Dan, learned a lot from Ryan, Jam, Benito, all those guys. I just try to develop relationships with and work on how we can move forward. And I really wanted to focus on not being a content farm, not making just stuff for the sake of making stuff, right? So I wanted to focus on the people that were here. And I knew that Mary was great. I mean, bringing her on full-time was a no-brainer. Bringing Rob on full-time, no-brainer. Talking with you, by the way, one of my shining moments here is just realizing the amount of puns you could whip out of your mouth at any given moment, by the way. It's a gift that not many have.
I hope you enjoyed the Pokemon segment earlier.
Yes, absolutely. So I think it was just playing to people's strengths, right? And knowing what people love and want to do. And then taking their core strengths and never putting somebody, or doing my best at least, not to put somebody in a position where they had to talk about something they didn't know about, you know? I wanted us to focus on games and the content that we like and that we love, we know. And you've kind of seen GameSpot now, like kind of branching off into entertainment. That's because we like all sorts of medium, right? And we want to focus on other things. But for the most part, we are a game site. And I want to make sure that whoever is making content, whoever's producing content, they're putting their heart and soul behind it. And it was hard. It was a hard change because it's not the easiest thing to convey to like our corporate overlords, you know. But they were behind me, you know, and I won their support. And slowly but surely, you know, we always have to do, you know, we have to get views, obviously. But the idea is that I still wanted to believe we could get traffic and make the content that we love.
And that's you know the perpetual challenge that I think has, you know, defined GameSpot throughout its existence, and that challenge has changed. You know, especially with the rise of video, but it's really been exciting to not just be part of the team of the video team. You know, when you came on, I was reporting to you and doing video stuff, and then I moved on to the other sponsored side of stuff. But to sort of see how that's evolving and see, you know, where it's going in the future, because this staff that we have, you know, that there's a lot of, you know, people sort of tend to comment on, oh, this person who I know from way back is going away. But when I started on the edit team and I was writing reviews and I was showing up, it was, who the hell are all these people? I don't know any of them.
Exactly.
You know, today's newbie is tomorrow's veteran. And so I think that, you know, it really speaks to what you said. If, you know, GameSpot has been a site that has gathered people to it that are passionate about games and that do sort of put that in and, you know, recognize it like, on one level, this is a job. We got to do stuff. We got to make stuff. But we also are lucky to have the chance to make stuff that we are passionate about, that speaks to us, that we want to get out there. And that's what we're going to continue to be doing, or rather you, Mary Kish, are going to continue to be doing with the whole team out there.
I'm the only one at this table still working here.
Hey,
we have till Friday.
We have about a little over 48 hours.
You got a foot
young
out the
lady.
door.
So let's just, you know.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why, like, I mean, I wanted to come on and talk because I think that I couldn't be happier with my team, with Mary and Rob and Aaron and Danny and Jean-Luc, who we brought on, and all the new guys that we're bringing on as well. Richard Lee, who I don't know what Richard's doing right now, but he's a good man.
Camera opping.
But the idea is
important.
like I'm leaving. I feel like I'm leaving this team in a good place to where like I know that they will make the best stuff out there. And you know it's tough, right? Because like you know it's really hard. We have to make content and we have to make sure that you know we have to minimize mistakes and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, everyone here has a passion for making content that they care about, that they hope our audience cares about, and yeah, you know, it's I feel good about where we are. My whole goal was to take people like Mary and some of the new people years ago and just say, hey, you're going to be the star. You're going to be the face of the site. You're going to make the content because I believe in you, and I know the audience will believe in you too. And if I take away anything from this job, it's just that I've had awesome groups of people to like mentor, talk to. Mary and I have gotten to maybe only a few squabbles here and there. We've been pretty peaceful.
Just a few figurative fights.
Yes. But it's what I value about the people here, though. You know, like Mary and Danny and those guys, like we have a good working relationship where, you know, they're not afraid to tell me how they feel. I'm not afraid to tell them how I feel, and we work together. And it's worked out. And that was like with you when you were on my team as well. You know, I mean, I've talked to you about, hey, you know, like we can do this, we can do that. Like go with this, you know, you're good at this. Go take care of it and do it. Go with Aaron, make the gun show. It's fucking rad, you know, I love it, you know. So I mean, it's been awesome. It's been fun.
Ty Root, we've been some lucky guys to work here, have
Absolutely.
we not?
Oh, this has been so rewarding. Absolutely.
Indeed. And bittersweet to sort of reflect on the past, but exciting times ahead for GameSpot. And so that's what I would say to you folks is not just thank you for watching and for tuning in and for commenting and for being a part of this community, but, you know, keep letting us know. Keep letting these folks know here how you're feeling about things, because we pay attention and we listen and we learn and we evolve. And that is the story of GameSpot and will continue to be the story of GameSpot. So stick around. There's a lot of incredible people here, as you know, making some really cool stuff. And we'll see you all around. And I guess that'll wrap it up, Ty, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really good. It's good to kind of have all these things in one place. All the people I'm gonna miss in one place. So I'm gonna miss both of you guys very much. I obviously can't speak for anyone but myself, but
they're all like, good riddance, see you later.
Yeah, the office is empty. We've already left for the day.
They actually didn't even let me walk in the building initially today.
They're like, well, hey, are you sure?
Yeah,
you sure you want to be
stop me.
Ty, I realized, do you want to talk about
where you're going?
your new adventure? Because I mean, you're not just, you've got a motivation too.
I am. I can't talk about the company necessarily right now, but what I can say is that I'm leaving games.
Leaving games.
Yeah. I've been doing this 11 years, Chris.
That's a long time.
And I felt the need for a change, not just a change of a possible industry, but also a change of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm returning to Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. It's where your heart is at.
It is my heart. My heart is there.
He's a Texan.
It is.
That was Eric Tay calling you a
I'll
traitor.
still be a Warriors fan, Tay. Don't worry. Because Durant's from Texas. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but every time I tell people in California I'm going to Texas, they're like horrified. They're like, why would you do that?
You're like, you've never been to Austin, have you?
I'm like, have you been to Austin? Just give it a chance. I mean, I know it's hot as balls there, but it's just a couple months out of the year. It's fine.
No problem.
Anyways, I'm gonna be working at a tech startup that specializes in 360 VR video and software. So
the future.
Yes, I hope. Let's hope it's the future.
I guess so.
Yes.
That's the thing about startups, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you a gambling man, Ty?
Basically, yes.
He
I know
is now.
Yeah, I mean that was one reason why I wanted to come on and talk about it, because it's like it's just a really good opportunity for me. I feel pretty good about my tenure here, and I felt it was the right time for me to try something new. With no dependents and no family to worry about at this point. I can take a gamble like this and go. So it was an awesome opportunity, presented itself at the right time.
Great.
So I will miss all of you terribly, like the deserts miss the rain.
Very apt for the place that you're going to live.
Yes.
Ty, thanks for sharing, man.
Absolutely,
we're really excited for you. That is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to seeing how you get on down Texas way.
I'll be keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Stay in the chats of the shows so we
Everyone
can
watch
see you
the
and say
lives.
hi.
Liz tweets. All right, folks. If you're sticking around this long, you are a true GameSpot champ. Thank you for bearing with us and really having this cool afternoon, talking about GameSpot, talking about the games we're currently into, and about the place that this place has been and the place that it will be. Very, very much a pleasure to talk to you folks. Thank you, and see you later.